I've used a Suzuki motor, 2.5 horsepower, 4-stroke. This is 3mm wall aluminium, 125 by 40. To start, this is a 100mm by 100mm aluminium plate. I'm having this made up in 100 by 100 by 2.5mm stainless steel and bent at a 100-degree angle instead of a 90-degree angle to take into account the fact that the motor support itself is angled back, and the idea is to keep the shaft vertical. So to position this, all I did was unbolt the main crossbar, drill holes and bolt it through the same sections. I found this to be really strong and not any issues. The bolts are quite long and go down into the yak body sufficiently, I believe, to support the motor and the transom. For the transom, I made two sections. One is 740, and this one I'm having cut down to 350, just about 10mm shorter. I fitted this section 70mm below. I'm raising this by 10mm to allow the motor to tilt up correctly. At the moment it just touches this. So that 10mm will still give me sufficient depth for the prop, but at the same time give me that extra movement on the top. The distance in for this is 120, and I've got 4 bolts positioned through there, and I put a reinforcing piece in here just to stop this bending in as you do the bolts up. This plate on here is just for the fact that this is vertical, and I actually need to tilt back on another 10-degree angle, and this helps get the motor shaft in at a right angle position. To fit it, what I did was put two, excuse the roughness, this is only prototype, but put 2 support brackets here, like a quick release. This little D bracket here is to take the motor cutout switch, which comes with the motor here, so that just hooks onto that, which I'll show later. The way this is set up, it allows you to swivel the motor around for reverse, also sideways, the sideways movement in each direction as well, which I'll show you once we're on the water. So that was bolted in place, and then I've made this as a quick release as far as fitting and removing, so you don't have hassle. So that bracket stays on and sort of sits pretty much out of the way of everything that would normally be an issue in fitting members across it or trying to bolt other bits and pieces on. So to fit, all we do, and if we time it a little bit, how long it takes to fit is, starting now, just position that. Bolt, and I've used a washer and a spring washer. And the wing nut. These are all 316 stainless steel. And do the same on the other side. And the wing nut. Oh. Awkward angle, of course. Put the other 3 bolts in. The other washer's on. clips on. I seem to be missing one spring clip. No, I'm not. 3 bolts on. Nearly up to 1 minute, I think. This is 2. With these bolts, I just tension them hand tight, nothing else is required. And I found with the motor going with the spring clips on, I don't get any loosening through vibration of the motor. And then I've got these two, as you see, that will move quite a lot, but with these two quick releases, it's the hardest part to get in. Normally I'd undo this from here and just flip these up and take this off, and that way leaves the boat clean. Just fit this one across as well. And I've got these slightly tensioned so there's no rattle. Now, as you can see, whole thing's not movable, it's quite quick to install. For the fire extinguisher, which is needed along with your petrol, your fuel, I'm looking to mount this somewhere out of the way, which might be here on top, rather than taking up space in the storage, but at the moment it just sits in there and clips on. As such, and it's all pretty secure. And I've had the motor on flat out all over the place, and it doesn't, it's solid as a rock. For the fuel, what I've currently got is just a milk crate with holes drilled in the bottom so the water leak gets out. Then I bought two 5 litre petrol cans from, I think it was Cheap Autos, and they just go in this way. Then I use a tie down to go over the top so they can't come out or vibrate loose, and I just tie the bottles down like that so nothing can come out, nothing can shift. When I want to refuel, I just loosen this off. I can then take the fuel can out, change the lid over, leave these sealed, make sure these are dry.
Correct, sir. The Upwind launch will contact you with a course and please this channel.
about 11, between 10.5 and 11.5. And I think I want about a quarter throttle if I turn it up. Quarter throttle or just below seems to be quite reasonable. Rattle a bit more, especially the covers. Putting the little holder in place is good. A lot of water comes out if you don't. And yes, there's a bit of noise, and I didn't bring my headset, I don't think.